Hi, guys, it's Brayton, and I want to talk about the sabotaging fear of thinking, I can't say that. You have a thought, you have news, and you know that if you share this news with a particular person or group of people, you're going to get backlash. Potentially DEFCON 1. Maybe you have the news that you want to end a partnership with a business partner. You guys have been working for years and you're at the point where you're ready to move on and you want to give this news to them. Or maybe at home you have to work and you got to tell people at home, your spouse, that you're not going to be joining for the holiday, that you have to work. Or maybe it's on a subtler level. Maybe you're on a business meeting and there's news about a deal, bad news, that you have to share that something's fallen through, or an aspect of the deal isn't going to work out the way you guys wanted to, and it might jeopardize the deals falling through. And there's always news to deliver. It's never a good time for bad news. The best time is almost always now. Because the truth is, you can say what you're fearing to say. And if you deliver it in a tactful way, in a mature, in a respectful way, that will be received much better, and people will actually appreciate your forthcomingness and your willing to sit in a pressurized situation and handle it calmly. Because that's what leadership is. Leadership is going to the places that other people aren't willing to first. Being the leader, being the first person to say, hey, we have this crappy situation. Let's talk about how we can deal with it. It's important as leaders, as we take on more and more responsibility, that we give ourselves the permission to say the hard things despite it being uncomfortable for other people or even uncomfortable for us. But we give ourselves that permission because that's how progress is made. Progress is not made by sweeping things under the carpet, by hiding things, by pretending things that aren't there and just hoping that problems solve themselves. That is an immature way to quote unquote deal with things, but it's actually not dealing with things. And many times things get worse, right? A tumor in a body left alone, it's going to get worse. So if you have some bad news, you need to say you're fearing, having a bit of fear, a bit of hesitation, anxiety, saying it, accept that. It's okay. Like, this is a normal thing. This is a tough situation. This is why you get paid the big bucks, because tough situations like this, they're uncomfortable and other people don't want to deal with them. People who are willing to deal with them and give themselves the permission to say the hard thing, say it as calmly as they can, as tactfully as they can. Try not to blame anybody. Just try to put us all on the same team against the situation versus calling someone out. That usually goes over a lot better. And also framing it in terms of yourself. I would like to deal with this. I'm looking for a solution for this. Take some ownership of the direction of the team. And you'll notice that a lot of the fear goes away because you're empowering yourself to lead in a way that other people respect and need. And truth be told, other people are thankful that someone else is standing up. Most people don't want to be the tall poppy, the one that stands up and takes the lead. And someone who does that in a tactful way, in a strong way, and takes ownership of it, not blame, but takes ownership of finding a solution, those people are respected and those people are paid a lot more money. And so remember, you have the ability to give yourself permission, and nobody else is going to do this. Everybody's waiting around. So you have to give yourself the permission to say the hard thing that other people need to hear so that everybody can progress and things can move forward. But only you can do it, and it's up to you. And the fear is normal. The anxiousness and overwhelm is normal. Don't beat yourself up over that. Accept that. And that allows you to move through it, to say, yes, I feel this way, and it's important that this gets said so that my team, my company, my business partner, we can figure out a better solution so that this doesn't persist. And that's what leaders do.